That roast battle is my favorite joke about Luca is that he's so Italian. He wears expensive hats, a gold chain, and nice shoes, and still manages to hate black people.
I think with the glasses.
The glasses do pull it together.
You know, I kind of have like a Johnny Depp.
The glasses or the hat I dislike solo. Together, it's something.
It fits.
Yeah.
That's how you got to.
But now you need to start dressing.
But
more.
you look less like you're going on stage and more like you're sitting in the back of the room, being like, "I'm gonna make you a star."
That's what I said to Brando after he got off stage. I was like, "I like the cut of your jib, kid."
The cut of your jib.
You can't say jib anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said, "What'd you say?"
Yeah.
The cut of your jib sounds like like circumcision.
Yeah. We gotta cut his jib.
Yeah.
Have everybody over. We're cutting his jib.
But I got the hat in Italy, and your evil came out.
Maybe
all
came
the
out a couple
stupid
times.
people. But
Couple times.
Go ahead. You want to share?
I got a bunch. You go ahead.
Well, what's give me the strongest case of evil coming out?
There's two. There's two that are close. So they're kind of related. So the big theme of the trip is people out there lonely. There's a bunch of sad, lonely people in this country. So
in the Grand Canyon specifically?
So national parks in general and RV parks. But so it started with we're flying out of Midway. I'm at my mom's house in the burbs. We get an Uber to the airport. Tesla.
Ooh.
Right. So you think, okay, this is a guy.
I like where this story.
Ubers, you feel sad for him because you're like,
yeah, what are you doing? Right? Dude, right off the bat, this guy is not getting the hint and no one wants to talk to him. I know this man's whole life story. He's doing like that thing where he's like talking for his own sake. He's like, he almost doesn't even care that we are hearing him. He's just being like, yeah, I used to be. He's telling us about what a big deal he used to be at his job. He used to work in the city. He used to help run this guy's company. He was the top guy. And we're like, I'm like, well, you're an Uber driver now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You used to be. Yeah. He's like, when you're in the business,
what business was
He's
he in?
not currently doing it though.
No.
But what business was he?
He was like working in like he's like restaurants. He was like, I worked in like catering, and I'm like, well, right, exactly. He's like, I worked in the food industry, and I was like, oh yeah, and he's like, yeah, catering. And I was like, yeah, shut up. So there was that, but it's just literally my mom's looking at me like, let's push this guy out of the car. She's like, he needs to shut his mouth. He's just, I start off like the polite, like, yeah, oh, it's crazy. Whoa,
wow,
that's nuts.
Yeah,
and then eventually, I'm giving him the silent treatment to be like, you got to get he's not getting it.
This is the Uber to the airport?
We are 15 minutes into this trip, and it's already, this guy is just running his mouth.
How far is the ride?
At one point, he calls his daughter attractive.
Oh.
He's like, something about how she lives in New York, and he's like, I think she might get this internship on Saturday Night Live. She's attractive. I thought he meant like she's an attractive candidate for the job.
No,
and he goes,
she's hot.
He goes, yeah, blonde hair, blue eyes, like nice build. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Big tits.
Dude, yeah, seriously, that's like how he was talking.
Huge cans on this broad.
So then how did your real, like, you come out and you...
So this guy's just so annoying. The other thing he kept doing was he's like, he keeps talking about, he's telling us his whole life story, how he lives, I don't know, like Downers Grove or something like that. He's like, to be close to my kids and my ex-wife. His life is falling apart. That's why he's an Uber driver. He doesn't have the job anymore, doesn't have the wife, the family. It's all over. The dream is over.
Did you tell him to start stand-up comedy?
I was like, dude, it gets so much worse. Oh, my God. So this guy's so annoying. And he keeps going, he's talking about, he's like, oh, where you guys going? We're talking like, oh, we're going to the Grand Canyon, whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, telling us about the trips that his family used to go on. He's like, we went on a food trip to New York to go to all the nice restaurants. We did this. We did, like, him and his wife. And I want to be like, buddy, there's no more we. She left.
Yeah.
He literally keeps being like, yeah, my ex-wife. He goes, well, we did this. And we used to love taking vacation. I go, buddy, there's no more we. You got to fucking hang it up, dude.
She filed for divorce.
She filed for divorce. She took everything.
You're
driving this. You're driving. Turns out also, the Tesla rented.
No.
Yes.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Rented a Tesla to get an Uber? Is he
I guess it's a thing through Uber.
Yeah, you can they'll like finance a car for you.
Yes, that's it exactly.
But so then would you curse this guy out or what?
No, it's just he
just bothered you.
It was so, my blood is boiling. Dude, my patience is running. Thing. My mom is ready to get out of the car and walk to the.
You guys don't have AirPods or nothing to throw in?
But dude, he would have kept talking.
Really?
This guy was. But the other thing. So then he's like, well, what do you do? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, I'm a comedian. And he's like, oh man, that's crazy. Like classic guy who's like, people tell me I'm funny, but I'm more of a storyteller. I tell stories. I'm really funny. And I go, really? Because right now you've been talking for 20 minutes. I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh yeah, where do you perform? And I go, I work at Zany's Comedy Club a lot, the City Laugh Factory. And he's like, oh yeah, Zanies, that's great. He's like, I used to work at a restaurant downtown, and there was a comedy club. I know the owners. They hook me up every time I go in there. What's that place on Wells Street? And I go, Zanies. And he goes, oh yeah, I know the owners. They love me. And I go, it doesn't sound like it. You didn't even know what it was called or where it was.
Yeah.
So,
or the owner's name.
right, exactly. And I was like, oh yeah, Barb. Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, dude, I love those guys. And I'm like, whatever, dude.
Barb's a woman.
Yeah, dude.
He's not even getting the gender right.
That exact energy though, where everything classic. Whatever you say, I can tell him like, yeah, the other day I saved a cat from a burning building. He'd go, I like building on fire sometimes, and then I'll save the cat. And then my ex-wife, she used to love cats.
Yeah.
Dude.
But see, Tyler, I agree that this Uber driver is annoying.
So annoying.
But when did the evil come?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
You want to see me ring?
Let him tell the story.
You want to see me wring his neck? It's anticlimactic. We just got out of the car and I gave him a bat. I gave him.
That's
I took a star
that's
away.
not evil.
You know what?
You know what? Grabbing the mic
you know what the evil is? I took a star away.
That is pretty evil.
Did you tip him?
Absolutely not. I've never in my life tipped an Uber driver. I tipped one guy.
But you did rate him a lower star.
I gave him 4.
Isn't there 5? You could have given him 1.
Yeah, but
that'd have been too evil. That's too evil.
That's too much.
That's,
The
Tyler,
4. The 4.
You disappoint me,
Here's
buddy.
to me. No, the 4 is almost more scathing. That's like, this guy's all right, but.
But I don't like him as a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 4
driver.
One is
got me
like
there.
bad service, bad driver. 4 is like, this guy's an ass.
Yeah.
You know? Which he was.
4 is honest. I feel like a
Thank you.
5-star review isn't honest, and a 1-star review, you're
that's
just
so
mad.
true. It's like you get 5 if you're really earning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, some people are just like, I just give them 5.
For sure. I give
Just-
everyone 5
yeah,
unless
yeah.
they're an asshole like this guy.
And then you give them 1.
This guy. Oh, just thinking about it. Just
When I was in Italy, I went to Lake Como. And we had to take a ferry from one little town to the next.
the fairy. What was his name?
yeah, you look like a fairy.
With the hat.
Am I in frame? Yeah, okay.
Hopefully not with that fucking thing.
Come on, guys, comment below.
Comment below how dumb
I
it
want
looks.
the ladies' opinion. Comment below on what you think of the new look.
Yeah.
I'm in my artist phase. I've been
hate
getting
it.
more emotional, and I.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, so okay, so I'm,
People are like, hey, Luca, maybe you should think about going to therapy. I got a hat. I got a hat and I'm wearing sunglasses at night, so I'm pretty good.
the smoke indoors or
Yeah.
sunglasses at night.
Yeah.
Well, no, so I'm on this ferry. Well, this reminds me of the Uber driver because
Yeah.
there's this guy. And by the way, Lake Como, if you don't know of it, it's it's where my family's from in Italy. But
I saw the
it's,
pictures. They look gorgeous.
It's one of the most beautiful places on the
Yeah.
planet. I mean, it's a freshwater lake with the mountains right there.
Yeah.
All these little villages untouched from for hundreds of years.
Yeah, that's old world shit.
Yeah, old world shit. They survived World War II. All this shit. So you're on this ferry, and it's beautiful. It's like the first time you get to see it, because we got off the train. You take a train there, then you get onto the ferry to go to the next one. And so you finally get to being on the water and you see everything. And everyone has, it's a bunch of tourists that have rollerboard suitcases because they're staying in a little hotel in Lake Como. And there's this guy who's from America.
Can't wait.
And he's on the boat, and it's packed, and it's early in the morning, and beautiful Lake Como in the background.
Yeah.
And he's just going, yeah, no, I saw cars over there back in Seattle. Me and my wife, classic Beauty and the Beast story, personally. I make sure to pack the Viagra. You know what I'm talking about? He's just screaming full volume.
He said, I make sure you pack the. I made sure.
He's like, I made sure I packed the Viagra. You know what I mean?
He's talking to you.
Who's he talking
He's
to?
talking
Anybody.
Talking to
Dude,
anybody that
I
will hear
have
him.
3 of these exact same stories. These people are out there, and they're they're people who travel or touristy people, where they're just I'm lonely, I need to be friends with everyone. I'm talking to the masses.
And the wife is on the complete opposite side of this boat,
Trying
She
to jump
could not
off.
get
She's going,
farther away
if
from
this is where I
guy.
go, this is where I go.
Yeah, and it was a horrible way to start off the day because it was the first day we got there, and I'm just my mom's like, how about this guy, huh? And I'm like, don't even fucking acknowledge him.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
what he
I'm
wants.
like, that guy wants to be, because my mom's like, oh, let's make fun of him. But I'm like, dude, I want to murder this
Push
man.
this guy off.
What did he look like?
He looked like, he kept going.
You
He
have
goes,
that hat?
He goes, yeah, no, he didn't wear that. You wish he wore this hat.
You wish.
He's like, yeah, a lot of people tell me I look like John Candy. What do you guys think? I look like John Candy? I look like John
And
Candy?
then crickets. No one says a word, and he's like, yeah, I know.
And people are going, yeah. Okay, that
You
sounds
can't even
good.
give him that.
They're
That's the
trying.
problem.
They're
You
trying
can't
to take
even
a
give him
picture.
that.
Yeah, they're trying to take a picture of this
Right.
thing. But so we
Scenery.
get off that ferry, and then and I'm frustrated, and I'm with my mother, and then we go on we explore that town. We eat a little bit, have a coffee, a little espresso. I
Right.
wear this hat.
With the
I have
hat.
a little espresso, and we get on another ferry, and then it's real tranquil. It's just
What was his name?
But it's just tranquil. It's just me and my mom. We have a lot of space like on this ferry, and I see Lake Como, and I see like the village where my grandmother's from, and I just start weeping. Weeping. I'm crying like a fucking little bitch, just like. And my mom's like,
Luca had a feeling for the first time.
yeah, my mom's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, it's just
beautiful.
It's just amazing that I get to share this with my mom and like I get to be here. And,
yeah, you're right.
And,
I'm a pussy. You're right.
That's the thing. Whenever I cry, I realize now I cry for about maybe like 60 seconds, and then I immediately start to laugh at myself for being such of a pussy.
And you're crying, and the guy's going, "Yeah, so John Candy, huh?" You just hear his fuck. I imagine
cried once.
I imagine this guy with a big head and like a really big chin.
Big head, like older guy. You could tell has money and just needs to talk at the fullest volume.
You know who I feel bad for is the wife.
Oh,
she's on this vacation being like, anything I could do to fucking pawn this guy off. Talk to anyone else. It's the same as that lady you saw at Capri, her husband was ignoring her, and she's talking to you and your mom.
Yes.
It's the same type of person.
Those people are more like older, like they've been together so long and they've been in love for so long that like she's just like, you know.
But this is a type of person.
This felt more like this guy's just a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I hate that. So I ran into a very similar guy. He's somewhere between this guy and my Uber driver guy. And there's this an archetype. There's something about national parks or tourism attracts these type of people. We're at one of the parks, and they all have like buses. So you get on, it takes you to all the scenic places you can get off and hike or whatever. There's like, people from a lot of Chinese people, a lot of people from all over the world. People from all over the world come here.
Are you seriously going to be this racist on the whole podcast?
I mentioned Chinese people one time.
And you misbranded Native Americans.
Misbranded. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
So what did those people do?
Let me guess.
I'm going to take off.
Let me guess. Were they not driving to the
Luke
appropriate place?
Were they driving into the Grand Canyon?
Were they doing math with their calculators? Is that what you're getting at, Tyler?
It's all beside the point.
That's been done. I just want to let you know.
Beside the point. Yeah, by a guy wearing that hat. Yeah.
Comment up below.
Comment down below.
Yeah. Come on.
So you're at,
yeah. Okay. So this. But there's this. So we're on this bus for a while, and there's this rotating cast. There's like a couple of seats open by the bus driver, and it's always lonely, chatty guy who takes that seat. The first one, and this is my least favorite guy, is he gets on and is like wants everyone on the whole bus to know he knows about the outdoors. So there's like deer walking by in the woods, and he's like. The bus driver's like classic, like, kind of like tour guys. Like, oh, if you look out to your left, like there's some deer. They're like these mule deer that are native to this area. And he goes, pretty good looking muleys they got here. Those are bigger than they usually are. Oh my goodness. Those muleys look pretty good. I want to be like, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, muleys.
That
You're
you know
muleys,
about these deer.
That's what I call the Indians.
Yeah. but he wants to be, he's looking around. Like it literally is like you're acting like a 5-year-old. He's looking around being like, guys, look how cool I am.
Yeah,
I
look
know
at the
a
things
thing.
that I know.
I knew a thing, right?
Yeah.
And then he's chatting with the bus driver, and he's like telling her his fucking life story, and he's like just like needs a friend, a guy lonely.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm here with my brother, my sister-in-law. I'm like they want to get rid of
dad
you
calls
too.
those guys looking for a friend guys.
100%. Dude, your
need-
dad and I noticed this. Your dad and my mom would go on a rampage murdering these people.
Yeah,
They
I
very
see
much same energy of like, okay, we're done with this
Yeah.
guy.
Yep.
Moving
All right.
on. Yes, that kind of situation. There's something else this guy did. They're kind of like showing off. Look at the shit I know.
I like how he gave the deer a nickname. Muleys.
Yes. He
Look at
wants
the
to go,
muleys.
oh, I see these guys all the time. You know me because
got
I'm
notes on him,
I
but
know
she
those-
hates people.
Yes,
now.
dude. No,
Tyler,
this is my
Tyler's
evil.
all zen before he lit it. You think you go to the Grand Canyon?
I'm turning into Luca.
You think if you go to the like Matt stood up? Is
Yeah,
like,
what the
I was gonna
fuck?
go get my water.
Oh.
No, you would think you'd go to
Right.
the Grand Canyon
No,
and
the
you
opposite.
come back all tranquil.
See, it's
you
the
come
exact-
back hating people.
It's the exact same thing as this Lake Como thing. It's beautiful, and they literally say like you're at the Grand Canyon. Listen to the silence. It's this huge. The whole thing. The sound is part of it. It's people. This guy yapping, running his mouth, going, "Yeah, well, look at this over here." I'm like, shut the fuck up. We came out here to be away from this.
be away from
So
the
then
people.
this guy is in the bus talking to the bus driver, telling her his life story about how much he knows about, identify all these plants. She doesn't give a shit. She's driving the bus. She doesn't care. He gets off the exact where my mom and I both are like, thank God that guy's out of here. As soon as he gets off at the same stop, a different group gets on. They all go to the back of the bus. The one lonely guy plops right down. It is like an archetype, the exact same guy.
Oh, the bus driver's probably used to this.
Yeah, and it's just like, now this guy is going on about how, well, we started renting our house on Airbnb so we can afford to do trips like this. And,
See, those kind of guys, they bother me because, like you said, you're trying to get away from the people. You know what I mean? So that ruins the whole experience of the Grand Canyon. And it ruins like same thing with Lake Como. It's like it's so beautiful, and you ruined this for me. You ruined this entire experience.
Did you cry when you saw the canyon?
Yeah, did you cry?
I did not cry.
You didn't cry at all during the trip?
I'll tell you.
You weren't happy to be with your mother?
I'll tell you the time I almost cried in a second. After I'm done being mad about these guys, it's them wanting to be like, look how cool and important I am, and like they just it's like it literally is child behavior. It's like being like, look, I colored this.
Yeah.
It's child behavior. Part of me wants to be like.
It's like when someone finds out about the keto diet, they want to tell everyone about the keto diet.
Yeah, but like way more
annoying.
Yeah.
But
and then it was this guy, the old guy. They're literally 3 in a row, all got in the exact same seat and started chatting with his bus driver. Like, oh boy, like this is just another. When I was at Yellowstone 16 years ago, boy, was it crazy. And she's like, I don't care. We're here now.
Yeah.
And here's my other thing. Everyone else is keeping themselves. You hang around with the people you're there with. You're talking to your little party, your friends, your family, whoever you're traveling with. No one's talking to the whole bus except this fucking guy.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
You should have. So your evil came out?
My evil came out a little bit.
What'd you do?
No, so this is my problem with your story, Tyler. Is
Did
your
I-
evil did not come out at any point. You sat there, you took it. When you sat there, you were annoyed. It sounds like you were annoyed the entire 2 weeks of this trip.
Very annoyed.
And your evil didn't come out once.
He's just in his phone writing notes.
I'm glad. Wait till the boys hear about
You're
this.
giving guys 4-star reviews. Like you should. I thought maybe you did ayahuasca, and then you
thought
started calling people jagoffs.
I thought the
Like,
4-star review was pretty bad. That was pretty mean of me.
That was.
He probably got him.
I was hoping you'd see the Grand Canyon and be like, you know what? I got to start fucking telling it like it is.
Yeah.
And then the whole trip, he's like, hey, you fucking Indian guy.
So that's it. But then there's people who make such a show out of being like, look at how gorgeous this is. Like the scenery. Like you're watching a sunset over the Grand Canyon. Wow. I go, we all see it.
Yeah.
I'm here to look at it. I don't need your commentary. I'm not listening to your podcast about. So in retaliation, my favorite bit was you go to all these places, you hike up to this beautiful scenic view, you look out over it, everyone's freaking taking a million pictures. I'll go up and look at it and look at my mom and go, seen better.
That's funny.
That's good.
I did that probably 40 times. But people are going, oh my God, I want to kill myself. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I go, seen better.
Tyler's so upset.
So these guys ruined your trip?
Yeah. No, we had a good time.
Normally,
it actually, honestly, is a little more fun where you get to be like, look at this fucking guy.
Did you pick up like a rock and take it home with you?
You're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to take a rock from the Grand
You're not
Canyon?
supposed to,
rocks,
yeah.
no.
My family got in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago, my family went and they tried to cut down a cactus. Got in a lot of trouble.
Jesus, why would you do that?
Is it true?
What are you put in your carry-on? Cut down a cactus?
Yeah.
You went to the Grand
It's
Canyon?
probably a federal crime.
It is. It's
Yeah.
a big deal. My family went like a long time ago. Like I wasn't even born.
Stealing a cactus,
And,
the Feebacks.
It was my dad's side, and they went down to the Grand Canyon when he was like young, and my grandpa tried to cut down a cactus to like bring back, and it was like a big fucking deal.
They tried to like saw it or like uproot the
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Put it in his suitcase?
I don't know what he was planning on doing with that. I think they drove something. I don't know. It was I wasn't around.
But even then, it's just gonna die.
But I know that's a
Who
big deal.
stopped him,
Yeah.
like a park ranger?
Yeah. They're like if you cut that, it's like a federal offense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Can't-
stealing
can't
from
take that.
from the government.
Stealing a cactus from
Yeah.
Can't take a
Yellowstone or the
cactus.
Grand Canyon?
But how that they lived in Indiana, Northwest Indiana.
Right, what were
How
you gonna
fucking
do with
ridiculous
that?
would
Yeah.
that be? Just a cactus
in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
In the front yard. Yeah, it is stupid.
So there's also this type of people. We said at a lot of these RV parks. Everyone in them are lonely old people. They all are
Yeah,
there.
it's
guys.
it's lonely old people and a guy trying to kill his girlfriend. Those are the only people that go.
Dude, 100%.
in a son-mother trip.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. But these people are all like, again, they're like, you're there to be like, I'm on vacation, and they're walking right up to you, going, "Hey, I used to be in real estate, so I like chatting with people. You guys want to hang out for a little bit?"
Well, Tyler, normally I'm the one griping and you're the one, trying to talk me off the ledge. So I'll play devil's advocate
Go
here
ahead,
and
bud.
say that, They're on a trip. They're just looking to chat with somebody.
And
They're
I'm
just
honestly,
having fun.
I'm usually that way, and I am too. Because my mom, she has no tolerance for that. She'll be like, look, and she'll be like, look at these people. I'm like, well, they're enjoying themselves. It's not how you would enjoy yourself, but as long as they're having fun,
right?
Whatever. But
fuck
free
that.
spirit.
But I will like to sit back and go, look at these losers.
Yeah.
Whenever someone's talking to me and
losers.
I have no intentions or I do not, I just try to make them hate me.
Nice.
So I'll just say,
It's working.
I'll say something like, yeah, I'm pedophile. It's just like,
Dude,
I'll just like totally throw out
the worst one. The very first park that we stayed in, our first night after we picked up the van, we're out. It's like remote, like national park. We're out, and it's us and one other RV. It's this guy with this big like tow behind trailer. And you pull up the pleasantries. Hey, where are you from? Whatever. Then he comes over maybe after we get everything set up, like a half hour later, and he goes, "Hey, you guys want a beer?" And Mom's like, "Sure, I'll take a beer, whatever." And then he walks back over to his spot.
I was like, "Yeah, I'll take a beer. I want to talk to you."
that's open.
He just offered it like, "Hey, take it." Then he comes back and goes, "All right, let's swap stories." Life story, spewing. He named every city in America. Him and his wife retired into this trailer. We went to Bismarck, south to Fuckhead. And then we went 40 miles south there. There's a guy named Chet. And Chet stands on the corner. And if he'll tell you to go, you go 15 miles northwest. And he's just going. And then he'll be like, well, anyway, tell me about you guys. And you say two things. You go, well,
and right back into it.
And then he'll go, oh, my God, I forgot to tell you this. And it's just go. Again, another guy, he's going, we try to avoid crowds. We don't like a lot of crowds. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind it if there was no one else out here at all. And I go, really? Because you were alone for 20 minutes and you came over here and started talking to us.
Yeah.
He keeps being like, my wife, she's gone. She'll be back later. We never saw the wife. She killed her or she's not real. My wife's coming back later. Never saw the wife.
To Tom's point, he probably came out there to kill his wife.
Killed the wife.
Yeah, exactly.
She's chopped up in the oil drum, or whatever. But then
I wouldn't mind if no one was out here, even my wife.
That's don't you ever think about just taking it?
I'd actually prefer it. I'd prefer it if we were totally alone out
Let's
here.
swap stories.
Man.
You ever just take a hatchet to your wife's skull?
Man, I wish there was a big hole somewhere around here I could leave her.
There was some sort of grand canyon.
Somewhere I could push her into it. It might look like an accident.
By the way, so when I was in Italy with my mom, she watched the podcast, the newest episode of the podcast, without you in front of me. So she was like, because my Aunt Julie texted my mom. They do this, by the way. They text each other and they go
about the pod,
and they go, oh, this episode was good.
That's fun.
It's usually my Aunt Julie going, listen to this episode, it was funny, and it's every episode. She thinks is great, which I don't agree with.
A little too supportive.
A little too supportive, Aunt Julie. However. I'm watching my mom listen to this podcast, our last one, and she only laughs when Tom talks. That's the only time.
She doesn't even know who I am. It's not gonna be me.
Luke would make a joke, I'd make a joke, and then Tom would say something. She'd be like, "That Tom!"
She loves Tom. She's gonna drive a truck for the company.
She goes, "Man, that Tom! I tell you what, that guy." She's gonna listen to your entire story out of this podcast, and she's gonna be like, "Remember when Tom said his family stole the cactus? That was fucking
allegedly stole the cactus."
Yeah, allegedly.
I was.
No, they stole it. They 100% stole it. They're all dead.
Wait, they got away with it or no?
I don't know. I remember they were telling me they went to the Grand Canyon and they wanted to take a piece home. I don't know if they were trying to cut a branch off the cactus. I don't know how they would have cut either or the thing. I don't know. I just know that it is a problem. But I would have stole a rock because they're not going to go through your bag at the airport and be like, Grand Canyon. What is the rocks? What is the rocks? I imagine. I don't know. This is just how I imagine the Grand Canyon. It's just like a big hole, and the rocks are like purple inside. No. Okay.
It's more like orange.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is what I think in my head.
It's not an alien crater.
Because I don't know. Maybe it's purple. Maybe it's orange. Maybe it's red.
Yeah, no.
It's erosion. I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty breathtaking.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. A lot of the places.
Tyler was too busy looking at the people.
There's some of
trying to talk to him.
That is true. Some of the most beautiful scenery you've ever seen in your whole life. And but the thing is, a lot of people they talk about. Like a lot of people look at that and it makes them feel God. They feel more religious. It's like a religious experience.
That's why I cried. Like
I had the opposite experience where I looked at it and I go, "We're alone down here. There's nobody out there."
Well, clearly, you came back here so angry and shit. You're coming to this podcast.
I was expecting you guys to be like, "Oh, I hate that type of person." We agree with you. You're our friend.
Yeah, we do agree with you.
But now you're like, "Nope.
No,
I love people. All of a sudden, you change your tune.
Well, you should have. We've had an awakening since you've been
barely.
gone.
Where the
Well,
fuck
no,
was
it's not that we don't agree with you. It's that we're concerned about you because
I'm turning into you guys?
because you were supposed to be the guy that's supposed
I
to
know.
pull us away
Voice
from
of
the
reason,
evil.
yeah, from the
and now
ledge.
you're coming here saying, "Don't you fucking
Now-
hate me?" Now we're all just like, if we agreed with you, then it would just be.
You're right.
It would be a
It's
choir.
like three of you sitting on the couch.
So when you walk up to the edge of the Grand, is it
Tom's still trying to figure out the Grand Canyon.
It's a hole in the ground.
yeah, no,
It's
dude,
a canyon that's grand.
I know, but like when you walk up to the edge of it, do you go? It's like, whoa, there it is, or is it like
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, Jesus Christ.
You could, there are places where you it drops off.
Really? And how deep would you say it is?
It's over a mile deep.
A mile deep.
I
Wow.
read a lot of plaques about it.
A
Jesus
mile deep.
Christ.
Is there anything going down? Is there like a town inside there?
There's a river, and you can hike down there.
Oh, shit.
Or like ride a mule or whatever. But you're supposed to take a couple days because it's like a huge
A mule or a
altitude.
muley?
Muley.
You ride the mule?
actually, No, a
Guys,
mule,
come
not
on,
a
use
deer.
a
derogatory
donkey.
terms.
Yes.
What?
Don't use derogatory terms.
Muley?
Like that. Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So back to Tom being the only funny one on the podcast. I was hanging out with this girl, and she listens to the pod. A huge fan of the podcast. She goes, "Hey, do you and Tom hate each other?" I know. Yes. Dead serious. She goes, "You and Tom hate each other?" I go, "No." Does it come off the way? She goes, "Yeah."
What?
I know. That's why I was surprised. I
That's
was like,
so
"What?"
funny.
Who
dude.
is this?
The lady.
And what did
Lady-
you say about me?
Are you trying to pipe this lady, or have you?
We could talk off the pod.
Hey, shout out.
Sorry, it's Tyler's
No,
mom.
there's a lot. I have a lot of stuff about this that
What,
because she listens. She's listened to every episode of the pod.
What'd she
so
say
she's-
about me?
Is he racist?
So this is funny. This is a really funny thing. She was like, if I took a BuzzFeed quiz of which Known as Basement host am I would be Luca.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I was
sounds like you guys
and
are
I was like,
compatible.
lose my number.
I,
But so this is the other funny thing. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't talk about my whole life on the
and,
podcast.
yeah, and Tom's trying to. You're trying to pipe this.
I'm
Lady.
trying to pipe this in. No.
I'm trying to get down. Hey, shawty, he's trying to get down on that. All right.
And
got
but to
too
the
black.
inverse, like, I feel like Luca keeps getting into situations with these women where he's about to get in bed with them, and they're like, "You cannot speak about me on your podcast." Opposite situation.
She was like, talk about me.
where she is like, "Talk about me. I think that's hot. I want people to like. I want you to tell people about."
Well, share.
I'm not gonna. Well,
Yeah,
I told you that. I
no,
told you that she identifies with you personally. She feels like she's like you.
So she spit in your mouth and stuff.
Anyway, moving on.
Do you know what's funny? Shout
out.
This is funny. Luca was telling me about how when he's making love to a woman, he'll just
No, he wasn't. He was fucking a lady.
yeah.
Me and Tom talking about how we make love. To
Yeah, he's
different
getting
women.
down on that shot, you know. He's when he has sex with a woman, he like spits
Yeah, that's a thing.
in her face.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you're
They'll ask you to do it.
You're spitting in your face, you know, and then when you're hitting it from
Mom,
the back,
Auntie Julie, I don't do that.
Yeah.
when you're hitting from the back, do you wipe a
No.
booger in her hair?
Like you're a bully. He gives her a wet willy.
Give her a wedgie.
I get kinky, baby.
Yeah.
I give you a wedgie.
Wedgie.
Give you
It
a
is-
swirly.
It is
Yeah.
like a bully.
He'll
Yeah.
do all that. He
Yeah.
won't eat your pussy. He will spit in
That
your
was
face.
the other conversation. I've had this conversation with a couple of people centered on Luca or otherwise.
Thanks.
Guys that are like,
I knew my ears were ringing.
yeah, when you're like, I don't eat pussy. That's gross. Eating pussy is gross. That's a little gay.
All right.
You think pussy's gross? That's gay.
That's fine.
Oh, here,
Do you feel how defensive he's getting?
yeah, he's heard it before.
He's wearing the hat.
Well, guys, I'm not going to rehash old. I said for the people that Tyler.
Now you're getting mad. Okay, we're
Oh,
back.
no,
We're back.
yeah.
We're back.
For the people that yeah, we have to get back in the rhythm.
Yeah, enough about the Grand Canyon. You.
Yeah.
No, for the people out there.
You guys brought it up.
For the people out there that are saying that I'm gay for not eating pussy, we've talked about this on the podcast. I will do it. I just need to love them.
No, here, that's
Or,
not gay.
or they have to have a cock. It's one of those things.
No, here, I had something from last podcast.
God damn it. Go ahead.
So Luca brought up, you didn't watch the last episode,
going to.
but Luca brought up that this girl, that the one that gave him the hickeys, was like, would you make out with Tom to have sex with me?
Oh. She said that.
Yes.
we were making
Wow.
out, and she's like, if she goes, what's one of your best friends' name? I said Tom, and I said if Tom.
Wow, thanks.
Yeah, sorry, you weren't there that week. And she said if Tom was here right now, would you make out with him to have sex with me?
And?
And I said no.
Yeah.
You said no.
But how attractive would she have to be for you to say yes to that?
This girl's pretty hot.
All right, now what
And we
if
ended up having sex, and it
And
wasn't
you
worth
never
it.
had to make out with Tom.
Yeah,
And it wasn't worth it.
but here this
And I would
poses,
Making out with
definitely-
Tom?
If I made out with Tom and then had sex with this girl, I would have been like, God, that what a waste of being gay.
I'd rather make out with Tom on my birthday because I wanted to.
but here this poses my question. Would you rather make out with me to have sex with her, or would you rather eat her pussy to have sex with her?
Oh, you eat a pussy for sure.
Would you rather eat her pussy to have sex with Tom?
I wouldn't have sex with Tom now. That would really ruin the dynamic of the podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Then I would have sex with Tom.
well, now okay. Well, so I'll get into it. Well,
Well, at
first
the
off,
same time, that's how we would do it.
guys, I do think we started this ajar. We didn't even do the word of the day.
Word of the day.
So
A
we'll do the
jar.
word of the
That's
day.
also not how you
No,
use a jar.
I want to hear the rest of Tyler's story. Sorry, I called you.
No, go ahead.
The F word.
We hate each other, remember?
Yeah, fuck you.
That's the energy we're putting out there.
Why does she feel like that? I don't get that.
I don't know.
Does she know that we've spent lots of hours together?
I said we're friends. And she
Yeah.
was like, I don't know. It seems like you hate each other.
Important and respect.
That's I don't like that. I don't like. She's trying to divide and conquer within, and I don't like that.
Okay, I'll tell her.
Yeah,
She'll
tell her.
listen.
Yeah,
She'll hear it. What was it?
mosquito.
We can't use that word. Never mind. Word of the day
Slur.
is, this is the. All right, we'll just do the first one that comes up. Word of the day is nemesis.
Oh,
Tyler made a lot of nemesis.
I made some nemesis.
Tom and Tyler are now nemesi.
Yeah, we've been nemesis.
All right, well, fine. We'll try and work that in. Now, I actually have, because you're speaking about women that you talk about the podcast with.
One more
Go ahead.
thing. We were talking about our moms listening to the podcast. My mom will always go, Luca's got to quit calling these women girls. Because you're always like, oh, this girl, I was hooking up with this girl, I was hanging out with. She's like, he's got to quit calling them girls. And I'm like, Mom, if you met these women, they're girls.
Damn, guys, I'm going to edit that one out. Mrs. Fowler, they're just chicks.
But there's
I'm
the
just
thing.
using
But
slang.
that's the thing. They're not women.
They're
These are
definitely not
girls.
ladies.
Yeah.
They're like young and dumb.
They're gals.
Not to disparage all of them.
Well,
but
yeah,
like,
you
they're
gotta
not
be-
women.
you gotta
They don't
be-
have careers. They have jobs.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's a lot of bartenders. Yeah, you have to be pretty
Yeah.
fucking stupid to fuck Luca.
That's why
Yeah.
I go. No, actually, that's accurate to call them girls.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Go
also
ahead.
their age. It's their age.
Right.
Yeah.
they're 15. Yeah. Okay, what were you saying?
No, I'm just really upset now.
We're enemies now too. Nemesis.
Man.
Everyone's a nemesis on the pod. No, okay, so here's my chick story of
Woman.
the week. My woman story. Because you're talking about a girl that wanted to be talked about on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
This girl wanted the same. So I was at an open mic recently.
Yeah, you were.
I'm at an open mic, classic Luca, classic doing an open mic, trying out jokes. And there's this girl that comes to this open mic, and she's not a comedian, but she'll come and she'll support her one friend who's trying to be a comedian. And she's there every week, and I see her.
You're
you
saying
know?
this like it's like a story.
Yeah,
Like you read it out
he's
of a
really-
book.
I'm adding flavor to it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This-
Sorry, I cut you off.
That's fine.
Keep going.
And I'm, and I see this girl, and I've seen her multiple times though, and we've always been cordial, just said hi, whatever. And she's cute, and she comes up to me the last time I met this open mic aggressively. Comes up to me, right up to me, and she goes, "I think you're really hot. I think you should put your number in my phone. I maybe we could hang out later." And I said, "Okay, sounds good." And I saw her that night. She was very eager. And the open mic, by the way, is maybe 40 minutes from my house. She drives 40 minutes, comes to my house. We make love,
Sweet love.
sweet love. We fuck. There might have been some spitting.
No pussy eating.
She's been on you. That's nice.
There was a lot of
He
spitting.
wiped the booger in
There
her.
was spitting. There was no pussy eating. I can attest to that. And afterwards, we're sitting there having sex, and she goes, after we're done having sex, she turns to me and she goes, I really like the podcast. And I go, really? I go, you seen it? Because I barely talk to this girl.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I've seen every single episode. She's like, I'm a big fan. So she had sex with me because of the podcast.
This might be the same girl that I was hanging out with. This was the exact same situation.
Really?
We got
For an open mic?
groupies.
She saw you and I at the Comedy Clubhouse in January.
Oh, really?
And then she moved here and
She's seen so she saw the episodes of the podcast before she hooked up with you.
yeah.
No,
She's a
well,
fan.
we don't know if they.
Right.
Yeah, it's all.
Before we had Bible study.
Yeah.
But dude, what freaked me out though, and tell me if this girl did
So
it.
she will quote stuff from the podcast I don't even remember us talking about. She's such a
This girl did the
she's
same
in so
thing.
deep. Yeah, she'd be like, "Oh, this joke," and I'm like, It would be like wild shit where I'm like, that sounds like us, but I don't remember saying it.
She was like, what gig do you have? This same. I think we might be Eskimo brothers.
Same girl.
We're nemesis.
We'll talk about this off the pod.
No, because this girl, she'd be like, yeah, you know, do you have a gig this week? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be at the Laugh Factory. She goes, famous ass.
That is a deep cut. Shout out, fans. You know
Famous
what?
ass.
Fans of the podcast. Everyone come on and have sex with us.
Man, why am I not getting any pussy off
Well,
this
that's
podcast?
this girl. Which
I'm actually
Shan doesn't even listen to the podcast.
She doesn't even listen to this podcast. I'm actually losing pussy doing this
Losing
podcast
pussy?
because I could be at home,
getting fucked right now. Getting it.
Man, I'm up in that shit, shawty.
God damn it. No, but
Yeah.
that's
Man.
crazy, dude.
You know what? People say podcasting is stupid and it's worthless, and we're
We got
living
laid from
proof.
it. Hey, if you listen to this
Podcasting
episode,
pays off, baby.
If you listen to this episode and you go, hey, you know, I don't really care for this podcast. We're getting laid off it, so fuck you.
Yeah.
And I got this hat.
Some sponsors would be nice, but the pussy is.
That's what these are. These are our sponsors. We got to do an ad read.
Yeah.
Shout out to
You should make-
Same thing. She was like, talk about me on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then we had a good time.
Make these women pay to have sex with you.
We should, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm a prostitute.
But then
Patreon. Part of the
you have to
Patreon.
cut me in. You have to give me a cut.
yeah.
Sure.
Well, that's what
You
Tom
got to make
when
out
I-
with Tom if you want to
Well,
fuck
that's
us.
what you're saying. Like when Tom makes out with the girl, like if I make out with Tom to have sex, Tom's like, well, what do I get out of it? Do I get to have sex too?
No, you just got to make out with Luca.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you do that for your boy?
No.
If Luca was like, I get to fuck this woman of my dreams if I make out
But what
with
am
you.
I getting out of it? That's
You,
what
your friend gets to have sex with the woman of his dreams. Would you do it?
he gets.
Yeah, I'm
he,
okay.
he fucks many.
I don't
This is
I
why
don't
we're
deserve.
this
I
is
don't,
why we're nemesis. You don't have your friends back.
I don't
like
deserve
that?
the woman of my dreams.
No.
I really
And-
believe that.
And
I really believe that.
I'm not the
You
only.
okay. Holy shit.
I cried at Lake Como. I mean,
You know when I- you know when I-
me and Tyler like
You-
swapped.
we did. You know when I almost cried? We were in Vegas, and I think I was just tired. I was watching.
You saw the fountains.
No.
Oh.
I hate it when people do that. It's so
What?
gay. People cry when they see the Bellagio fountain. It's water.
Did you
So
watch it?
It's impressive.
It's
It's
nice.
water.
It's cool.
beautiful. It's man-made.
It's water. On the TV, they were showing the NCAA softball finals. It was like whoever wins this game
Please don't
goes.
tell me you cried at the softball.
I almost
finals, Tyler.
did.
You cried over women's sports?
Listen, yeah, because they're so bad. Whoever wins this game
Shut up.
goes to the World Series, and they're all
For
they,
women's softball.
Yes,
Yeah.
college. It means nothing, but they all win, and they're so happy. And I'm watching them. They're cheering. They're all hugging. I go, look, their wildest dreams are coming true. This is a beautiful moment. And I was like, man, I'm exhausted. I got to get some sleep. That was one of those moments where
You
I'm like, I
do
need
cry
some
when you're
sleep.
tired.
Yeah,
That's how I felt.
Like,
I think
some
Lake
sleep.
Como too. I was like, I'm also tired. It was early in the morning, but I think I was really emotional.
Famous ass.
And I don't, I don't deserve the woman to
Famous
my dream
ass.
girl.
Yeah, why do you think that? Let's get into it.
I don't know. I think, I've done too many bad things with gals, as your mom
and
calls
you
them.
don't think that that's redeemable?
I think it could be. I think this hat's really changing me around. I think.
No, I think you're going the wrong way.
You
with
think I'm
that.
going over the hat?
Luca.
I'm being myself. Here's the thing. I'm
There you go.
I recently watched a David
I know. I
Bowie
realized that
documentary.
you're doing a good job. You're going, I want to be more me. I want to be more myself. And I realize more and more, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like old Luca. This new
So
guy.
I am not the only one that
Oh yeah, should we get in your mom's video?
we should get into.
Yeah,
my
this is the.
And then I
this
want
is
to talk
the
about your
bread and
song,
butter.
your favorite song.
Oh yeah, we get to. You want to talk about the song? No, let's talk about this. So, my mom, so we did the podcast with Luke, and then I go out to eat for my little brother's birthday,
Same day.
and I sit down, and she goes, similar to the Luca story, hooking up with this girl. She goes, I've watched all the podcasts. She goes,
This is your mom. This isn't a
I
woman
told you our
that's sucking
moms.
your D.
Oh yeah, all
Yeah,
our moms listen.
yeah. Well, you don't know what we do.
White trash story of the week.
The
Oh,
most
shit.
white trash story. So Tom's mom.
And you
recorded-
did it previous. You did not know she listened.
I did not know she
So
listened.
this is the
Shout
first,
out. What's
this
her
is
name?
the first actual,
Tina.
Shout out Tina. Big
Shout
T.
Shout out Tina. This is the first
love you, baby.
interaction of that a mom has had. So we've talked about our moms on this
We
podcast
have.
a lot. This is the first time a mom has recorded a video to
Yes.
comment
We
on the
got to
podcast.
bring her on. Bring her on.
Well, so I sit down. She goes, so I've been listening to the podcast, and she starts talking about how Luca's the.
We'll
Let's play it. We'll play it.
yeah, she did a review.
So
All right,
You've all seen it.
Luca, this is my mom, and she listened to all of the podcasts. She wants to tell you what you need to know.
Hi, Luca. I'm Tina. I'm Tom's mom. I wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed all the podcasts. I think you guys talk a little bit too much about sexual content. I think that you guys are way smarter than that, way above that.
That's true.
Way
Tyler,
more cultured than that.
Okay.
You guys are the voices. Hang on, Tom. I'm not done. You guys are the voices of youth today and young men and women. So you guys are very, very funny, and I could see it wants to come out, but you guys are just kind of shuffling into too much of that sex stuff.
No, tell him.
But anyway, Luca. So I've been listening to the girls that you've been seeing, and as a mom, I don't think you're gonna find your dream girl in any of those girls. You're gonna find a nice girl who is not going to put up with any of those shenanigans, is going to treat you with respect and love and kindness, and you are just going to do a 360 and flip. All right?
You're going to do a 360. You hear that? It all starts with a hat.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
What do you think?
My favorite part is where she goes, "You are the voice of young men and women today."
Definitely not the voice of women.
All these women, I don't know. So far, we've been getting good feedback. They go, "I listen to the podcast and I want to fuck you." So,
Do you know what? She made this video and I didn't
You
tell
had
her
a gun to her head the whole time.
Yes, I had a gun behind the camera.
Tell Luca he's gonna make a 360.
But this is coming from a woman that's been divorced twice. She's been divorced twice, so I don't think my mom has quite found the person.
This is her trying to be like, and also I'm available, Luca.
So, do you agree with your mom? Do you think I'm going to find the girl of my dreams and then do a 360?
Yeah,
I think so in general.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why
I hope so, guys.
But I know that when you
Yeah,
keep saying I don't deserve the woman of my dreams. Yeah, I think it'll happen. But
Yeah.
not right now.
Yeah. Because now we're doing the podcast.
You got to
and
get a different. The more accessories you got, the hat, sunglasses,
I'm gonna
a
start wearing
gold
some nice-
chain, get the horn, and then eventually you'll become it.
I think so. But that's how I feel, though. I feel like the more I become myself, the more I express myself honestly, I think the more it'll attract the right woman for me.
yeah.
White woman, you said.
This is another thing.
Right woman.
I only want a white woman. That's what you said.
Far right woman.
Yeah.
My mom did comment on. She said that we should always have socks on. Which
I have not worn shoes.
And
Yes.
she also said you sit like an idiot.
she did say that.
Really?
She did say that. She goes, Luca's always kind of sit up like, he's always sitting odd. She goes, he's an Italian boy. He should have a power stance. So I wanted to
What would that even look like?
I wanted you to do a power stance for my mom.
We've commented on my sitting a lot, and here's the thing, is it Mrs. Feeback?
Miss Urso.
Miss Urso, if I did a power stance on this podcast, it'd be too powerful. With this hat, with this look, we're in my grandma's basement. It would be, the power dynamic would be too much.
Yeah.
You'd feel the power through the camera.
You feel the power. You feel the
Yeah,
power.
so I'm not going to do it. I could. This is Zen. I'm in a Zen state because I'm talking about my inner feelings and my deepest, darkest secrets, both sexually, unfortunately, because that's what my life has been recently. It's been a lot. It's been sex, and I agree. I think
you make it sound so unbearable.
I think we've been talking a little bit too much about sex. I could agree with that, guys.
Well, what else are we going to talk about?
That's
We got to
true.
start a new podcast then.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
So you said your mom made a video?
My mom did make a video.
Oh, really?
Let's hear.
Yeah,
Lucas.
we gave Tyler the assignment for his mom. He had 2 weeks with his mom to make a video. And he
Yeah.
didn't
Well,
do it.
well, at first she was excited about it, and then she goes, I don't know what to say about
So, guys,
this.
if you're listening, comment below on what you think. If you agree with Tom's mom, Mrs. Urso.
Urso.
How is it?
URSO.
Huh?
Shout out.
Shout out. I thought I was very, when I first saw that video, I laughed because I thought it was really funny. But then I also was like, Mrs. Feeback is a lot better than I expected.
Like more
Mrs.
attractive.
Urso,
What do you say?
because like I showed it to my mom too, and my mom was like, "Oh, I love his mom." I thought because I was expecting more of like a Marlboro
Smoking
Red.
out of the whole internet.
Yeah, fucking Tom, go get your
Yeah.
fucking. That's what I was expecting. All the stories you
A
tell.
trucker? You're expecting a
Yeah,
trucker?
fucking Tom. But I'm like, oh, no wonder why Tom's a good guy.
You were expecting
his mother.
You were expecting the raccoon wearing a NASCAR shirt when you're talking about. I think now what we need is a spin-off podcast. Is just our three moms with their own podcast.
I think so.
you know?
I think that would be the spinoff, or our mom sitting behind us correcting us whenever we talk about something sexual.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
But
All right, so let's hear your mom.
all right.
I wouldn't want to hear a story about my mom hooking up with a guy. That'd be disgusting.
It would be disgusting. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, Mom, you're not doing the podcast anymore. You're
out.
done.
Don't talk about all that sex stuff.
Yeah, you're the voice
You're better than this.
of
Older
middle-aged. You're the voice of middle-aged women. All right,
men.
Yeah, and men. No, my mom, she didn't really know what to say when I put the camera. I said, you got to say this into a camera for me. And and then she got
Camera
hi, I am Tina. I am Tom's
Yeah,
mom.
that
Like
was
she was like it's an infomercial or something.
Yeah.
I know. I really liked her introduction. She's, like
Yeah.
I said, I was expecting fucking keep doing your thing, Luca. You little fucking pussy. And
Yeah.
Tyler, fuck you with the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit. But she was really nice and loving. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's why, Tom. You always talk about your stepdad wailing on you and drinking Miller High Life.
And wailing on her too.
So sorry
Shout
about
out.
that.
Shout out.
All right, I'll play my mom's video. We'll see how this goes.
Okay, hi guys. Okay, here's my review. I enjoy it. I laugh out loud on many occasions. Love Tom. I love Tom.
We know.
How he sticks up for my Luca. And Tyler, you always keep everybody on track. I'm glad we don't have the other Tyler walking in front of the camera anymore.
Right.
That's enjoyable. I thought that was a fluke, but it happened again and again. I agree with Tom's mom.
Do you have any advice for the boys?
I think I like when you guys have guest appearances
Yeah.
and other comics. I think that's...
No, but for the lives of Tom and Tyler, how do you think they do?
Oh, the lives of Tom and Tyler. Well, I think Tom is a good fit with Sam.
Shout out, Sam.
And I think that...
We're breaking up.
Oh, definitely. I think Tom should come to a place like this and propose, for sure. And Tyler, I think Tyler needs to settle down too. I think he's comfortable in his world, but expand his horizons a little bit more and open up to more women in his life.
trying to think what that means.
And find his soulmate. That would be good. But I think you guys are all on a really good path. I think
Do
that
you think the podcast is too sexual?
sometimes, at times, I think you guys should reel it back, and that's what Tyler's good at. Tyler kind of reels you guys back. But here's my most important thing: I love the voices. Do the voices. I think the voices are great.
Yeah, that's why you're like this. You were raised by her, of course.
But ethnic, I mean, some people are really
I like
good.
the moms.
That was great. I feel like your mom
That's
being
it.
like, Tyler is gonna see. I think you gotta expand your horizons, meet somebody. She's being like, you might be gay.
No,
Okay?
no. I think she was just trying to hey, Tyler, he's
Yeah.
got to find something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think's funny about when the moms get on camera and they act like it's the only chance they get to say it. They get on camera.
Yeah.
They're like, back in my day, we had to do film. I'm like, Mom, if it's not good,
We'll
delete it. We'll do it again.
We'll do it again.
But
Yeah.
it's like a lot of pressure at the beginning.
That's so true.
And they're like,
That's so because that's what my mom said. She was like, I gotta think about what I want to say.
no, Mom, just riff it. It's
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah, it's a 1 minute video.
Yeah.
But my mom's like, so. And if you meet my mom, she doesn't talk.
Yeah. That was
What
funny.
I think Tom should
Yeah.
do.
Tom's
propose.
because Tom's a good fit with Sam, who I met for 45 seconds.
Oh, she hears him talking about Sam. And I mentioned the podcast and I talk about our relationships individually.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, yeah, that's.
I
good
like
for
that
Tom.
Sam. Yeah.
she seems like the right egg.
Yeah.
And then Tyler needs to expand his horizons.
Yes,
apparently.
yeah,
And
Ty-
settle
Tyler-
She's
down
like,
himself.
maybe a Puerto Rican girl.
Tyler,
Do the voices.
you need to settle the fuck down.
Yeah,
all right.
maybe
that's
bring out
what
your-
says, "Mommy, you're so crazy."
Tyler, bring out his evil a little bit more.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
leave a 2-star review. But I think, I would love to see what your mom says. I think
Yeah, I
it's going
gotta
to be
get
complete
around.
opposite of what our
Look,
moms
I
are saying.
guarantee you should say the same thing about the sex stuff.
Yeah, well, it's too sexual. Well, that's not. Auntie Julie, I should do an Auntie Julie video. That'd be
We
sweet.
should. She'll
Yeah.
go more of that pussy stuff. That's
No, Auntie
hilarious.
Julie would be like, I want more voices. I
Yeah.
want more pussy stuff, more Tyler.
More Tyler.
Yeah, just more because you missed
Tyler
Tyler. from the
Kretz
last
walking
one.
in front of the camera with
No, my
all
mom was that really bothered her for some reason.
Yeah.
She didn't like when our producer was adjusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unprofessional.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really excited to see what your mom's
too.
gonna say. It's probably gonna be more about like the background. It's like there's
She'll go.
the things loose.
Do you feel like you have to expand your horizons, though, Tyler? Do you think my mom's right?
I think Tyler's hurt.
No, I was really thinking about it. I don't know. It wouldn't be bad. I don't think.
I feel like we've been asking a lot of loaded questions on this episode, and none of us have answered.
You know, expand your horizons. Would you make out with Tom to fuck this girl?
Well, it sounds like you had the new girl on the pod. You know, that sounds pretty expansion. You found a fan.
New fan of the pod.
I can't believe it's not the same girl. There's no way.
No, but it's the exact same situation.
that she watched the podcast before and then slept with us.
Podcast
because
is
of
paying
the
off.
podcast.
Podcast is paying off, boys.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because we're being honest and open with ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what it is. In the hat. She loves the hat.
Did she say that?
Hey, Tom,
Yeah.
talk about your song.
So I recently found my new favorite song. It's called it's called "Try That in a Small Town" by Jason Aldean. And I heard this song over Memorial Day weekend, and I was just thinking about all the fallen soldiers, and I was really this song is if you're white and you are mad at Bud Light right now, this song is perfect for you.
Yeah.
Because you just get so pumped up to be white. This song this song, you know, it starts off here. I have the lyrics pulled up. I'm gonna sing it for you guys.
Sing it.
I'm gonna sing it for you guys.
That would be awesome if you sing. Actually,
I'm just gonna read the lyrics. I'm not actually gonna.
I'll sing it.
You're gonna sing it?
No, you do it. I'll chime
Okay.
in.
All right. Sucker punch someone on a sidewalk. Carjacking old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. That's the opening lyrics of the song.
The whole thing is basically him listing stuff and being like, if you do that in a small town, we're going to beat your ass.
Because you read it in a black voice for some reason.
No, this is the thing. Tom told me to listen to this so we could talk about it on the podcast. I was listening to it on the way here going like, this is a rap song.
Tom was super excited about this song. He
It's
texted us.
like a country music like diss track.
Yeah.
It's them being like, don't come in my hood and pull that shit.
It's their retaliation to like a rap song. Being like, man, police shooting us and shit. It's like, well,
Oh, I didn't take it that way at all.
You didn't?
No, I thought
I got
more
a
of
gun
it-
that my granddad gave me.
Yes. Oh, that was the part that pissed me off the most. Like, I got a gun my granddad gave me, and they're coming to try and take it away.
Yeah.
No, they're not. No one's doing that.
Got a gun that my granddad gave. Yes, they are. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town. See how far
literally, absolutely no one is going, we're coming to pick up your guns. That's no one has ever made that argument.
maybe in your mind.
I just want to go on the record and disagree with what Tyler's saying. They're coming. And then, you know why? Because you live in the city.
Yeah,
You try that in a small
You're
town.
right. You're right. Where you live 30 minutes from the city.
Yeah, this song had a lot of like racist undertones to it.
It really-
it's
it
country
really did.
music. What are you talking about?
Okay.
No,
but
they're
this is-
overtones.
No,
but-
no, this is like the country music that I don't like. It's like overtly.
Yes,
Like
like the only. It's like modern country. That is a rap song basically.
Let me
Yeah,
just
like-
let me just read this one more. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road.
We can take care of
you're
our
black.
Yeah,
Because you're black.
Yeah. Try that in a small town. You can't even get in.
yeah,
Round here, we take care of our own. White people.
yeah.
You cross that line, it won't take long. For you to find out, I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town full of good old boys
Yeah, dude.
raised upright. If you're looking for a small fight, try that in a small town.
And it's one of these things where, like, the person who wrote that song,
Jason
people
Aldean.
the people who recorded it.
Jason Aldean.
I don't think Jason Aldean wrote this. There's
Thank
no way.
you.
You don't think he wrote that?
No.
Songwriters Kelly Lovelace, Kurt
Thank
Allison, Neil Thrasher, Tully Kennedy, and the Ku Klux Klan. It says it right here.
But here's the thing: the people who wrote that song, and also the people who listen to it. You said you listen to it with Sam's family at a barbecue.
Yeah.
These are people who live in the suburbs.
Oh, they love it.
Going,
love
go
it.
to try that in a small
Well,
town.
okay, but you know, I think a lot like a lot of these, like, you know,
Like, I feel like people who live in small towns would be like, "Shut up."
white people though.
No, people that live in small towns love that song.
You think?
That song is a Billboard hit.
In a
Yeah,
small
I'll
town?
make a hot take here that I think
Good, bud.
white people feel like that, like a lot of white people that listen to these kind of songs, they feel like that when they turn on the TV now, it's all woke. You know,
that's what
pushing-
I think this is
pushing
response to.
minorities. So like a song like that, they're really like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah,
because they
100%.
need an anthem. They
Dude,
need
yes.
to, like you said, Tom said, they need to celebrate being white, and the only way they could do it now acceptably
Is
at
through
a
a
country
is
concert.
through a Jason Aldean song.
is through
That's
Jason
funny.
Aldean. Whereas
Dude.
like if they just kept the Little Mermaid white,
We wouldn't have to.
we
have
wouldn't
this
have
song.
this Jason Aldean song. You ever think about
Wait,
that?
we should start adding verses to it. We'll try and have a white little black little mermaid. Try that in a small town.
mermaid.
Sucker punch someone on the sidewalk.
I turn
That's how he
on-
opens the song. It's
Yeah.
pretty good, right?
It's catchy.
I tried to watch The Walking Dead, but it's a bunch of gays.
Try that in a small town.
I'm gonna start saying that in conversation.
Yeah,
try that in a small town.
So it's like, yeah, no, I think climate change is a big concern. Try that in a small town.
Yeah, someone's like,
hey, I had a heart attack and I had to go to the hospital. Try that in a small town.
someone's like, some girl's like, I'm thinking about inviting my black boyfriend over to the barbecue. Try that in a small town. The song, if you're white, if you're out there and you're white, and you
Also,
fucking
if you're
love
not
being
white, what do you do listening to this podcast?
Yeah, hey.
Or if you listen to this podcast or country music for that matter.
Yeah, if you're white and you just want to be pumped up about being white, listen to the song. And if you're black, don't listen to the song.
Try that in a small town.
Try that. The whole song feels like it's like, yeah, we accept blacks, but don't be trying none of that funky shit around here.
It's so racially undertoned. Man. You know, here's my thing about that song. They also don't explain what the repercussions are going to be. they're like, I dare you to try that in a small town, but you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And the answer is probably lynch you.
That's heavily implied.
Yeah, they will take a cross and then we'll burn it.
Yeah.
But tell me, all right, so let's say you're hanging out in the backyard in a small town. Someone plays that song. You're 15 Miller Lights deep. Tell me you're not
You're not gonna get out a couple guns and fire in the air just because you're excited.
dude. I bet people in small towns listen to that song and a tear rolls down their face.
That song should just be called White Power. That song should be called. Try that in a small town. They don't. The Jason Aldean or whoever wrote those songs, they were smart enough to not let you know what the repercussions are going to be.
Yeah.
But they are not going to be legal.
Try that in a small town.
Yeah, there's there's an extended cut to that song where it just gets like really racist. I bet like
No, what that song needs, they need to
on
throw
your
in a rap guy.
welfare checks. Get that out of my small town.
Yeah. They had to cut a few verses in the studio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he took a little
Yeah,
creative
that's
liberties
funny.
on the song.
That's funny. Yeah.
He drops the N word at the end.
No, yeah, I've been listening. I've been listening to this guy. Well, he's one of my favorite artists. He's Jason Isbell. He's a country music singer, and but he's more like folk, and he's like kind of goes. He's all about like, I don't like what Nashville's doing, and he's got a song that's the complete opposite. He's
like, try it in a small town.
You know, he makes you feel bad for being white. He's like, I'm a white man living in a white man's world, and I'm sorry about it.
He really says that.
Well, he's like, you know, like, what's the lyric? He's like, I'm a white man looking in a black man's eyes, wishing that I wouldn't be one of the guys who pretended not to laugh when he heard a white man's joke, and pretended and wish I knew better. So he's
Wow.
trying.
That sounds very nice.
He's being like, hey, you know what?
Very
It's
nice.
not good to be racist.
You
But you know what? That at least sounds like it's an artist that writes their own music.
Oh, he's very much an artist.
Yeah.
He's
It's like
Jason
that's-
Aldean wrote that song.
He did not write that
No,
song.
we just said it was written by the entire. member
that's
of the,
bullshit.
Of the
Try to talk about Jason Aldean.
Try that shit in a small town.
Try that shit in a small town.
You know, I've seen Jason Aldean in concert actually.
No
He didn't do.
I don't even like Jason Aldean.
He didn't do that song.
But it is funny to act like I'm a big. After this song comes out, it's funny to act like I'm a huge fan of his. Yeah.
You know, Jason Aldean also has a song called "Big Green Tractor."
No way. What's that song about?
It's about a big green tractor.
We got to do a
It's well documented. I listen
reverse of
to
it.
Meek Mill.
Have sex with your sister. Try that in the city. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, try that. Yeah. So like, you know, it's a
Have gout. Try that in the city.
yeah, it's like the Lumineers doing
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
know, like if you You see guys in the small town having sex with their girlfriends or having sex with their sisters.
Try that in the city.
The first man they married is their husband forever. Try that in the city. That's not cool.
Try walking down the street and saying there's only 2 genders. Try that in the city.
I like that a lot.
Oh, man. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in.
No, we're not done.
No, we're not
Still
done.
rolling.
But we should end the podcast by playing this song.
Fade out on the whole 3-minute song.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
Hey, tune in next week.
Hey guys,
Tune in
thanks so much
next
for coming
week.
up.
Shout out Julie.
Guys, shout out to Julie for
God
like
bless.
believe in yourself. Keep dreaming. If you're white, listen to this song. Comment if you like my hat. God bless you. Play it. Look, keep going. Tyler just walked off.